Heads up 20ups, it's Monday. Rant week was really enjoyable to me. I like hearing everyone's rants. I don't have a lot of notes today, but I will make some small comments. So yeah, Daniel, starting with you, I think you talked about something that is so true and that not everyone realizes. I haven't, but when you said it, it was like, wow, she's right. And what I love most about your rant was how passionate you were about it. And it's cool that you could use that rant you had already filmed for your previous collab. That was great because it fit the theme perfectly. So yeah, I mean, I have no problem with you sort of reusing that. Rima, you talked about a very important issue. I mean, all those problems with transportation sound like they really suck, so I'm sorry to hear about that. But yeah, I think it's something very relevant and very important because it affects a lot of people. I mean, maybe other people have other means of transportation, but there's a lot of people who really depend on that kind of things. Lucy, I think you brought up something very interesting. And I have to say that on the past presidential elections here in Mexico, they were in July 2006. And that year I was 17 and I was going on 18 on October. My birthday was still a few months after that, so for all intents and purposes I was 17 and I wasn't able to vote. And in one hand, I must say I was really relieved because back then I didn't really have a lot of interest in politics. And to be honest, I'm still not too interested. I mean, I care, but it's sort of a frustrating topic for me because I feel politics should solve a lot of issues we have, and instead there are issues that are being created by the way that politicians act, and that really bothers me. But yeah, back then I was happy I didn't have to vote and I didn't feel like I had that responsibility because I wasn't well informed. So yeah, I can definitely see what you're saying. And you also mentioned that you had trouble with this week with ranting because you didn't want to offend any of us and you wanted us to like you and stuff. But I think I couldn't get mad at you even if you ranted about something I disagreed with a lot. I mean, you're Lucy, we all like you. So yeah, don't worry about that. Craig, I really like how you put a sort of positive spin on the theme because we were all sort of ranting about what bothers us or issues or things like that. But your rant was more of a sharing of all these awesome things about the band that you love, Patent Pending. And that was really, really cool. And I also watched your video where you solve a Rubik's Cube in the middle of the song. And that was really cool, really awesome. And like TJ, I was also sort of cheering for you. And when you finally solved it and you started jumping up and down and stuff, it was really exciting. So that must have been a great moment. And it was cool to watch. And about James, I haven't heard about him either. So I don't know what's going on. I really hope he's okay too. So James, if you're watching, hi, I hope you're okay. So finally, TJ, I thought it was amusing the way you talked about how you had the idea to make the theme week every 3 weeks and then you wanted to tell us, but we had already agreed on it. That was really cool, I guess. I'm really glad we're all on the same page about that. And yeah, I had some difficulty with Rant Week, but it wasn't anything too bad and I really enjoyed it. I also enjoyed ranting a bit, so that was cool. And now that I've responded to all of you, I think I have an idea. I I have to share with you. So the other day I had some free time and I went to this sort of store that sells a lot of kinds of different papers, and I got a bunch of pretty decorated sheets of paper. See, they're pretty. This is just an example of some. I have more, but yeah. And I think they're so perfect to write letters on them. So I had this great idea that we could maybe have a sort of pen pal thing. And I don't know, I think sending letters isn't really that expensive, and it could be cool to send or receive a letter from someone in the collab. So I think that could be really exciting, and I don't know if you would all be up to it, but I think it could be fun. And either way, I would like to send you all like letters or maybe a card if you want. Like if you can give me an address and I can write something for you and mail it, that could be awesome. Because, for example, as much as I'd like to meet you, that's kind of hard for me because of the distance and stuff. But this is much easier, and it's still, in a way, it feels like we're closer, holding something that the other person had in their hands. That's really cool. So I don't know, if you like the idea, we'll figure something out. So I guess that's all. Danielle, I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll see the rest of you during the week, and it's gonna be great. DFTBA.